So are you an independent artist looking to build your audience and career on digital platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, or Amazon? Well, this music distributor might just be able to help. Let's now speak to TuneCore Chief Executive Officer Andrea Gleason, joining us now live from Singapore. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word.
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Rico. It's a pleasure.
So how is TuneCore helping independent music artists like myself who cannot even sign a recording contract?
Well, that's the thing. That's exactly it. It used to be that in order to get your music into the digital platforms and into like record stores, you needed to be signed to a record label. But today, that's not the case anymore. And if you have $15 a year, you can actually get your music loaded into Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Deezer, Tencent, and over 150 download and streaming platforms worldwide. And what's so unique about our service is that we actually don't keep a percentage of music sales. Artists get to keep 100% of the money that they earn, and then they keep all the rights and their creative control so that they can keep doing the music the way they want to do it.
And
so that's essentially what we do.
And of course,
and
Andrea,
also for songwriters, help collect if you write the music in addition to record and release it. We actually help collect the royalties for songwriters because there is money that is separate that if you wrote the song that you should be collecting as well. And our goal is to help our artists not leave any money on the table. And for the songwriting service, we actually assist with licensing the music and also trying to get it placed into TV, film, and ads. Advertisements. So
Andrea,
for us,
So Andrea, by being on the digital platforms and by using your service, this would also be a takeoff point for independent artists to be discovered and could be signed into movie, TV, or even recording contracts, right?
Exactly. And in fact, TuneCore is actually a part of our parent company is called Believe. And Believe has a very, very big presence here in Southeast Asia. In fact, Viva Records is actually partially owned by Believe. So, which you know very well here in the Philippines. So we're the platform that is a technology solution for artists to get their music out, try to find a fan base, and as they progress, they have choices. So an artist can decide to hire a team around them and stay independent and keep using a platform like TuneCore, or they can have opportunities to be signed up to Believe, and also since Viva Records is a part of Believe, also up to Viva. So we're very excited. We believe in creating lots of options for artists, and that path can look very different. And we live in a great day that artists can connect with fans directly with social media. And they can make their music available for sale. So when fans find their music, they can actually make a living off of their art.
So Andrea, you were here in the Philippines as last week, and you've expanded here in the country. From what you see, do Filipino independent artists have what it takes to compete on the world stage?
First of all, you have such incredible music talent in the country. I feel like you're just such a musical country that sings. And now, like we want to make it more accessible to record and get the music out worldwide, not just to be within the country, but all over the world. I'm very excited. Yes, I was just there on Friday and Saturday, and I got to spend time with some of our artists. A couple of the artists, you see some of the pictures that are being shown here on the screen. I got to meet one of our artists. His name's CLR. He's one of the hottest rappers in the country right now. So he's so driven and so proud of being independent, and honestly so inspirational. Also, I met Sheer Balgatas, who is she's an influencer. So she has about 5 million followers on TikTok right now, and she just released her very first single this week. We're very excited about it. Some other artists who use TuneCore that you might know are Boss One, Flo G, Bogoy na Koi Koi, and then Cursebox, who's a producer.
A lot of,
some past
Andrea,
TuneCore artists might be Allison Shore.
a lot of rising artists here in the Philippines, particularly on the digital space. Any last tips for Filipino artists out there to help them move their careers forward, like myself?
Yeah, absolutely. The biggest advice I give artists is that they should experiment. Experiment. We live in such a special time where you are all able to find fans on social media, on TikTok. I know you are all using TikTok a lot. Now, when you put your videos out, you can actually have music up on Spotify that you are promoting on these social platforms. So as you're being discovered, people can start listening to your music, and then you can start making money. So our goal is to help our artists make a living off of the art that they have, and it doesn't have to be expensive. We actually just recently launched unlimited plans. So for one price per year, as low as $14.99, you can actually release an unlimited amount of songs. And if you don't have money to spend up front, we can actually get your music into the social media platforms of TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all for free for no upfront charge. So there are lots and lots of options. And we also just launched a partnership with Gcash. So we have a local payment solution for our artists here in the Philippines.
Well, that's great news for independent artists. Thank you so much for sharing the amazing work that you do for artists here in the Philippines and overseas. TuneCore CEO Andrea Gleason joining us from Singapore.